Hey everyone, today we're looking at the Digimon Vital Bracelet, the latest bit of Digimon tech combining a fitness tracker with a Tamagotchi. I'll be taking a look at the features that this watch has, how they fare, and how it holds up as a gaming fitness option. Now before we start, you should know that I'm not going to show how to set up the watch, download the app, or anything like that here. It's really the fitness features and gameplay loop I'm concerning myself with. If you are looking to set it up, I will refer you to the excellent Lost in Translation mod. Links are in the description. The app was recently updated to English as well, so it's not too difficult anymore, but it still can be a bit of a pain. Now the Vital Bracelet has a simple but engaging gameplay loop built around raising your Digimon from an egg to a Mega, which is the most powerful form of a Digimon, and you are raising it with time, steps walked, and raised heart rate. Essentially, it's those three factors that go into it. Your activity dictates its vital points, which is basically how strong it is. So that will affect which Digimon you get when it evolves, and its prowess in battle as well. So essentially, the more active you are in real life, the better your Digimon performs, which is really cool. With an ever-growing roster to raise, there is plenty of replayability, which is why it makes for such an engaging gameplay loop, and they've added PvP arena and raid battles through the app now, creating more depth as well, as an additional incentive to get your Digimon to their maximum potential. As you may have guessed already, there are two big factors involved in this. There is the virtual pet side, and there is the fitness side. So let's have a little look at the virtual pet side first. The virtual pet side of the watch is extensive for sure. As a quick primer, Digimon have a few life stages: baby, in training, rookie, champion, ultimate and mega. As it evolves to each new stage, it gets progressively stronger and will have a better time in battle. As I said earlier, the Digivolutions are affected not only by their vital points, but their care mistakes, which in this case means battles lost, their trophies obtained and amount of battles participated in. These all affect the different Digimon you get. If you win almost all your fights, you'll get the best Digimon essentially. The battles themselves are triggered on the watch by tapping an NFC reader like a phone, or by using the adventure missions, which I'll come to in a bit. The Digimon you fight will be around your evolution level, and it's fun to see which one you'll fight. So there is a fair bit involved, and also if your Digimon's in your watch, and if it doesn't detect your heartbeat for about 24 hours, it just dies. It just straight up dies. So, and death is the biggest care mistake you can make in general. So, make sure you don't do that. Make sure you have the watch on at certain times. Also, if it gets injured 4 times a day, it gets injured through losing battles, and I'm not quite sure on the parameters for this, but if it gets injured 4 times a day, then it will die as well. So just basically keep it alive. And yeah, look, the virtual pet side is very extensive and, goes a lot more in depth than I am making it out to be, but it's very fun in general. Basically, you get the different Digimon through buying DIMs. So these are the digital inventive memory or something like that, DIM cards, and you get a different Digimon egg in each one, and then that has the potential to raise into different Digimon. So when you buy the watch, you get one already. You get the Impulse City one, which gives you Pulsemon the rookie, and you can get Kazuchimon the mega. So I really wanted to do that, and after some experimentation and looking on the app and finding out how many battles I needed to win, how many steps I needed, how many vitals I needed, and all the trophies and all of the requirements, I managed to get in, which is really cool. And it's really rewarding. It's really nice finding that you get the Digimon that you want, and that is part of how engaging that gameplay loop is. That just turned into a load of word soup, so let's just cut to the chase. Getting the Digimon I wanted felt like a really good reward, and I was really happy about that, and that is where the incentive to get out and do more activity during your days comes from this watch. And that segues great into looking at the fitness options, I feel. It's a fitness watch, and therefore the Vital Bracelet tracks a few metrics. It is primarily a pedometer in reality, and having done some testing against my Fitbit Charge 4, the pedometer is about as accurate really. It has some sort of gyro tech in there that is sensitive enough to register a step just from swinging your arm, so as I implied, not perfect accuracy. So it tracks your steps and also detects your heartbeat. It doesn't register the amount, just that it is there. While detecting it, it gives small amounts of vital points, with more given for an accelerated heart rate. Those are the two things it tracks, no calories or anything. They are tracked in service of the virtual pet side, and as I said, give small amounts of vital points, but more are gained through battling. But in order to be strong enough to win those fights, you need the vital points from walking. So let's just interject here. If you're thinking this fitness watch tracks in the same way as like a Fitbit or something like that, you are going to be sorely mistaken and you are going to be disappointed. The only thing it truly tracks is steps, which you can view in the app. The heart rate is not tracked, just detected for the vitals. This is because the only reason it tracks them is for the virtual pet side, so that the Digimon can survive. If you want something that comprehensively tracks things like calorie burn, heart rate zones and things like that, you'll need to go elsewhere. I like to think of it as more fitness adjacent than your garden variety fitness tracker. On the watch there are various missions, which are split into different categories, which give you some rewards for your Digimon. Firstly, normal mission, of which you get one per day. It will have a different objective each day and can include fitness missions like raising your heart rate briefly or walking a certain amount of steps. It rewards with a trophy and gives a good starting point to kick off a workout. There are the hard missions, which consist of 4 activities: squats, punches, sprints and crunches. You do these for a small amount of time, 20 to 30 seconds, or as long as you keep moving and have an elevated heart rate, it will count as the mission completing and you get 1 to 2 trophies, which helps with the Digivolution requirements. It's worth noting here that you can only do each of those 4 once per day. So it equates to roughly 2 minutes of intense exercise, which is fine. It would be nice if you could extend that amount and do more, but yeah, it just basically gives you the guidelines for 2 minutes. You also don't have to do those actions specifically. I found doing 10 ups, lunges and other movements triggered it, so take it as a suggestion if you don't want to sprint or something like that. It just needs intense movement for a short period of time, akin to high intensity interval training. The third mission set is Special Mission. Through connecting the app you get 1 special mission per day. It gives better rewards when connecting back to the app, like more vital points, trophies or items, but there are caveats. You have an hour to complete the mission and it starts as soon as you return your Digimon to the watch, so you have to put that mission in as soon as you're about to start your workout or you'll miss those benefits. The missions can be stacked, and once you've completed or failed the first one, the second one activates automatically. Worth noting again that not all of these missions are fitness based, so you get the ones like I think it's 6,000 steps, or a certain amount of vitals, but also there are ones for battling 10-20 times or winning 10-20 times, stuff like that. So these missions are generally split up into those categories. There's steps, vitals, battles and wins. So the special missions can be effective at giving you a longer workout because they can provide that longer term incentive like the 6,000 steps, but the issue is that they can be limited by coins or the amount that you have on your app. Then there's the adventure missions on the watch. Now this is my favourite fitness oriented mode and probably the most fitness targeted part. Essentially you start at level 1, have to walk a certain amount of distance before fighting a boss. These get progressively harder in both the boss battle and distance required to walk, so completing it in a day is achievable, but it's a big goal. This blends the fitness side so well with the virtual pet side. So basically you need to walk a certain amount of distance and you need a strong enough Digimon to fight the boss. And you get stronger by walking, and then once you've beaten that boss, you get a harder walk. So it's a pretty cool cycle, and it works really well. It blends those fitness and virtual pet sides so well. And what's really cool as well is one of the ultimate Digimon on each dim card needs you to complete all of the adventure missions before it will digivolve into a specific Digimon. I think it's a really inventive way of blending the core concepts of the Vital Bracelet together, and I think that is what makes it a genuine fitness option. You see, where the watch succeeds as a fitness application is its multiple incentives to bring you back and keep using it and keep working out and keep moving during your days. If you're like me, you like collecting things, so therefore getting all of the Digimon on each dim card is going to be a challenge in itself. The greater rewards from the daily missions and daily logins to the app create incentive as well, and there's the whole death thing. If you don't have the Digimon in the app or in the one storage slot on the watch, and you don't have it register your heart rate for 24 hours, it passes away. It's a virtual pet, you have to take care of it, and once that sticks in, it becomes an enjoyable romp each day to have that activity and do those extra steps to keep your little Digimon healthy and strong. It becomes routine and creates incidental exercise. You're playing the game, but taking the additional steps and slightly elevating your heart rate is really good for you. It's like the incentive to take a walk instead of watch another episode of Digimon Adventure. It's better for you. Since they've added PvP on the app, it creates another gameplay avenue for you as well. Having a stronger Digimon to fight in the higher leagues gets you greater rewards. The multiple incentives are the wins here to keep you active. That being said, there are a few limitations, naturally. The battery life is really poor on these watches. Unfortunately, you will need to charge it every day or every other day, and the charge time takes a few hours as well, so it's quite energy intensive. There are plenty of times where the watch has died because I haven't been paying attention, resulting in a scramble to charge it up to take care of my Digimon. And as far as the Digimon go, there are a couple of issues here as well. The first 8 hours or so of having a Digimon doesn't record or require the vital points for anything, as baby to in training to rookie is automatic and time based. You can't do the missions at all during this period, which gives a weird waiting period. There's also the issue based on the Digimon's personalities. They're only awake for 12 hours a day, and therefore can only do stuff during those 12 hours. This means you can't get new vital points, do missions or anything while they're asleep, and those times vary between Digimon based on the personality. They could be awake from 8 AM to 8 PM or 10 AM to 10 PM, which can be out of sync with your own training schedule. At least they don't lose vital points for not being active during these sleeping periods, but it is what it is. There is also the aforementioned only 2 minutes of intense exercise being encouraged every day, which is kind of limiting. When all is said and done though, I think the Digimon Vital Bracelet's limits are actually fairly minor in comparison to the benefits it gives you, especially as it gamifies incidental exercise. The depth of the virtual pet side, which I only briefly touched upon, has long-term gameplay in mind, and the fact that you need fitness in order to raise any of these Digimon is really cool. The way that the virtual bracelet encourages you to take extra steps every day is really reminiscent of why people get fitness watches in general, which is accountability and tracking. So bear with me on this. Fitness watches record your steps, and then you try to beat them the next day, or you get rewards, or you compare them with your mates and you try and beat their amounts of steps or calories burned each day. The Digimon Vital Bracelet does similar, but it gives you different Digimon or different arena rewards based on the Digimon that you've got and the ones that you've raised. Tangible rewards for the extra effort you put in each day are why these sorts of things are successful, and the Digimon Vital Bracelet does capture that very well, because you are rewarded. It doesn't track your vitals, sure, it does, well, it tracks your vitals, but it doesn't track your calories, it doesn't properly track anything else apart from steps. But it gives you the reward of the better Digimon, or the Digimon you want, or you can beat your mates in a fight and stuff like that. Like, it's really good, and you can help take down those raid bosses, which is, you know, it's cool. It has that tangible reward in there, and that's why it's successful. As a fitness device, that is how it succeeds, despite not tracking stuff like a normal fitness tracker. That measure of success is why I would recommend it to people who are looking for passive exercise to fill up their days. It won't on its own give you the most intense or varied exercises, but it will get you moving for 12 hours a day, and that is excellent. Caveat there, it does actually still record your steps outside of those 12 hours, but it just doesn't give you the vitals for the Digimon. So, something I should add. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Digimon Vital Bracelet. It's really fun for passive exercise, but it's not going to give you the most intense, varied workout. And look, I've been a Digimon fan since I was really young, and the ability to combine the virtual pet side with the fitness side is really cool. I'm really happy that I'm not disappointed on most fronts. I do wish it had additional fitness metrics that it would track, but, you know, everything is in service of the Digimon. Everything is in service of the virtual pet side, so it's not surprising that they cut out most of it and only took the most vital parts. Pun. A lot of people around here use PlayAsia to buy Digimon stuff. If you are interested in that, I've got a couple of links in the description below. They are affiliate links, but if you click on them and you buy stuff, it does help me out, which is really cool. So yeah, it's a good way of supporting the channel while getting you some Digimon merch. Very nice. So have you got the Digimon Vital Bracelet? Are you going to be getting the Digimon Vital Bracelet or the Vital Bracelet V, which is the new one that was announced between the time of writing this video and recording it? Are you going to get that? If you are, let me know in the comments, and as always, like, share, subscribe for more fitness gaming content incoming. I've been Master Trainer Peter, and I will see you soon.